Okay, track 7 of RaceGOW. I'm going to start with HD, digital building. This is what I fly for all this HD stuff. It's a 75mm 1S Walksnail build. It's got 25,000 0802 motors, the 1S Walksnail light board, and I think it's a BetaFPV F4 Cross. I don't remember. It might be the Happy Model one, but I don't remember what's on there. It's just a simple 1S board. Yeah, not much to it. This has been my favorite build for HD for a long time. So Walksnail's been awesome. Sometimes you just gotta take a break and do some freestyle and have fun. The only problem is with Walksnail, it overheats fast. Oh, that's in my hair. Dang it. And it's overheating. Here's the fan at. Flying slow. I just want more out of this track. I want more out of myself, not the track. I can do better. The problem is I've done too many ladders like this. Too many iGOW ladders. It's like, I know I can do a ladder better than that. And so, just get in my head. There's always a different part of the courses for HD and analog that I have trouble with. I'm definitely having trouble with the part I did not expect to on this one. With HD. From the brake stuff. Nah, I can't. I'm having too much fun. I think that's enough HD for now. Let's go to analog. This is the analog quad I'm flying. It's a 65mm with a BetaFPV airframe. I've got 2600 kV, 26,000 kV, 0702 Tinywhoop motors on here. Gemfan props. I've got the old V1, like the very first version of the Diamond boards. I've got like 5 or 6 of these boards and they're all still running. I've had them for years. They just don't die. I think it's mostly because of conformal coating, but also maybe they were just good batches back then. 3D printed canopy at about 45 degrees and the Foxier Pico Razor camera. There's a couple scratches on the lens too. Oh no. Dang it. Oh, that's right, I busted a motor. Gotta fix the motor. Let's fix this little motor tip. That's it. Nice. Make sure you keep the same type of motors. Matching sets are very important with motors, so you gotta make sure you always keep the matching sets together, you know. Now they fixed it. Let's try flying it. Sometimes this racing, or just FPV in general, is 10 minutes of flying and 2 hours of fixing. The Pico Razor camera made a massive difference for me racing because the lens is a much wider lens than all the other cameras I had been using. And when you're racing a tight course like this, that wider lens really helps. You can kind of see more what's coming up. A little bit more anticipation, or maybe that helps compensate for the extra latency. I have DJI Goggles, I don't know. But they're the best cameras I've found for racing Oh, and you can still buy them. You have to buy them directly from Fox here. Oh man, that might be the trick to hit for this week. It's gonna be a tough one. Oh, I almost hit that. Yeah! Ooh, that was clean. Nice. I thought that would take me way more tries to hit than that. Nice. Take a second to explain my goggles. These are the V2 DJI goggles, and I've got a UAV analog module base, so you can stick the analog module on there, TVS Fusion module, and then this little module bay just comes out. It's got a power pass through. You select the analog or AVN in the goggles, and you're off to the races. I love these goggles for analog specifically because they have the best DVR. You can't beat the field of view of these goggles, so you get whatever it is for DJI. It's like 56 degrees or 60 degrees. It's massive. But yeah, this is what I use for analog and digital, so then I can switch these over to do either the O3 air units or the regular Vistas and everything. So it's one set of goggles that does everything I need. Oh, latency. Yes, they have more latency than Fat Sharks do, or other regular analogs, and these on the same measurement, these are typically 10 milliseconds more latency with the AV input. But I've never noticed the difference. Maybe latency is an issue, maybe I can fly faster with a little bit less latency, but I don't know. I don't really care. So those are the goggles. I'm gonna try open class with this guy. It's the exact same build as Walksnail, but it's a HD split camera. So it sends analog video to the goggles, but then it records onboard DVR to an SD card in HD. So it's a great build. This is how I used to always do all my HD flying. Exact same weight and everything as the Walksnail build, just analog to the goggles and more latency. This guy runs like 45-50 milliseconds of latency total versus Walksnail. It says it's 25, but it's probably more like 30. Yeah. The latency is insane. How did I fly this before? I do like the lens on this, like analog view from this camera is probably the best analog view I've ever used. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised I got 3 laps in there, but it took so much concentration. I don't know what that was. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, that's it for track 7. It's a good track. I really wanted to put more into it than I did, but I just couldn't get 3 laps consecutively without crashing. Got one more track next week, track 8, and that's it for the season. So see you next track.